Chapter 17. I took refuge in Caleb's Porsche outside the casino. I didn't know where to go or what to do. Gus was gone. Dagor knew who I was and was watching my movements. If I went to Lost City Casino, he would know I was meeting Grayson. The passenger side door opened and David slid in.
"Drive,"
he said. I tore out of the casino parking lot. David entered coordinates into the GPS system. "David, he has Gus."
"I know, I heard the whole thing.
"Where were you?"
I was at the table.
"I didn't see you."
That was the point.
"What am I going to do about Gus?" I bit back a tear.
We'll find him. Right now we have to worry about your safety.
"He won't hurt me. He just wants me to do what he says and he'll leave everyone else alone."
That's what he says, but that's not what happens. He's had girls before. They tend to go missing. Are you willing to make him happy?
I shook my head. There's no way I could ever do anything with him.
Your safety comes first. Once you're safe, we'll be able to help the others.
I should call Grayson.
I already did. He's going to meet us at his house.
Where's that?
Just follow the GPS.
I need to drop off Caleb's car. I can't keep it.
Just keep it for another day. He doesn't care so much about the car as he does about his weekend with you.
Well, he's not collecting on his weekend.
How about a week? It will get you out of town and I can clean up the mess you made.
The mess I made? You dragged me into this mess? And I won't go with Caleb for a week. Did you run this by Grayson? I would love to hear his thoughts on the subject.
I know what he would say. I also know my brother, Nadia. I don't want him to hurt you.
Why would he hurt me?
Grayson is all about work. He's not the kind of man who will settle down and get married. At least not right now. He might be attentive toward you, but in a couple of weeks he'll be working on the next big project and forget you. He's hurt a lot of women.
I already know he doesn't want to settle down. I don't want any commitments from him. I honestly don't know what I want.
You should think about that. Find out what you want. See if he's able to commit to it. Nadia, don't sell yourself short.
Grayson would kick your ass if he heard you.
He probably would, but he'd also know I'm right.
I wanted to smile, but had too many worries pressing on me. David was protecting me like a brother. It meant a lot to me seeing as I'd never had a brother. Thank you.
You're welcome. Did Grayson pick that t-shirt for you to wear?
He did.
It's my favorite. I would wear it every weekend.
I thought I caught a sliver of mischievousness when he handed it to me.
I'm sure he thought I would go through the roof.
But you won't?
No, it's cute on you. My life has changed in the last couple of years. I don't care about a favorite shirt.
What have you been doing?
Nadia, I can't tell you, but I need to leave again soon. If I can't wrap things up in the next couple of days, Grayson will need to sort it out. But you'll be safe. I'll make sure.
David punched in the code for Grayson's gate. The iron gate rolled open. I drove past it and up the long driveway. A sprawling white three-story mansion loomed in the distance. A single light in a corner window was the only sign of life. I was expecting to see a valet at a house of this size and grandeur.
Park in the garage.
David instructed.
I don't want anyone to see your car.
You mean Caleb's car?
He seriously couldn't care less about the car.
I guess that's what happens when you have too much money. You stop caring about things.
Maybe about things, but not about people.
I parked in an empty garage stall and killed the engine. 4 shiny cars were parked in the other stalls. Each one had to be worth well over $100,000. Should I have dressed up? I feel as if I'm entering a palace to meet the crowned matriarch. He chuckled.
Grayson is the only one here, and he dressed you.
I followed David to the front door. Grayson was already there with his arms crossed.
What's going on?
He barked at David.
The message you sent me was useless. I've been waiting here for the last half hour trying to figure out if I misunderstood and should have gone somewhere else.
You're here, so it worked.
Next time, give me more information.
Are you going to let us in?
Grayson scowled but stepped back to let David through. He hugged me when I stepped in.
What's going on?
he asked.
Do you have any beer?
David asked.
I could seriously go for one, preferably ice cold.
I have no idea what I have. I haven't been here in 6 months.
6 months? I asked as my eyes darted from the chandelier to the marble floors.
I don't consider this my home. It's a large house that has my name on the mailbox.
Then why keep it? He smiled.
I like it. It's a nice retreat away from the casino. I'll show you around. We need to find David a beer before he comes unglued.
I had a hard time believing David would come unglued over a beer. He was in control at all times. He hadn't even blinked when Grayson found us in bed together, but it's probably because he enjoyed watching Grayson fume. We found David a beer in the refrigerator, grabbing a couple of extras for us and a few more for later. The kitchen was all marble and stainless steel, with an island as large as Maya's swimming pool. He led me to the great room. I nabbed a cushy chair. David sat in one opposite of me, which left the couch for Grayson. He chose to uproot me and sit down, setting me on top of him. His arms were warm and welcoming. I didn't mind the transplant. David's eyes cut over to Grayson.
Now what?
Grayson asked.
Why are your eyes shooting daggers at me?
You know damn well what I'm thinking.
I might.
Then we don't need to discuss it.
No, we don't.
So, I interjected, you weren't the only one to find David and me in bed. Daegor, or one of his guys, broke into my apartment last night and stole Gus. Grayson grew rigid beneath me, not in the fun, sexy way. When I saw him tonight, he said if I didn't stay in line, Gus was the first to go, and then he mentioned Roy. He knows who I am, Grayson. He knows all about me. He's not going to help with the money. He said he's turning the tables.
We need to get you out of town,
Grayson said.
I told her she should go away with Caleb for the week.
David said. His smirk grew into a full smile as Grayson's jaw clenched. I shook my head. That'll make things worse. I'm staying so I can find Gus. What I don't understand is why he would still want me. He knows I'm not the kind of girl I was pretending to be.
I think he has his eye on the prize. You intrigued him, and now it's a game of power. He'll want to bend you to his will through fear.
Well, it won't work, I said, attempting to be brave. Daegor was already succeeding at fear tactics. I didn't want to follow where that road would take me.
Are you telling me if he managed to kidnap Roy, you wouldn't do whatever Daegor asked to keep him safe?
I rested my head in the palm of my hand to prevent tears. David sighed.
You know you would. We all would when faced with losing a loved one.
Okay, we know what Daegor wants,
Grayson said.
How do we fix this? We only wanted information about the counterfeit money. Now we have a giant mess on our hands.
I'll stay alone at Nadia's place tonight to make it appear she's there behaving herself.
David said.
It will buy us time.
What if they break in again? They'll know I'm not at home.
I'll take care of it.
My eyes shot to David. What does that mean?
It means don't worry.
I turned to Grayson. Should I be worried?
Let him do what he wants. It'll keep him busy and out of my hair.
David grinned, looking like he was ready for mischief. I arched my brow, looking from brother to brother. Grayson mindlessly played with the ends of my hair.
Don't worry about David. He doesn't hurt anyone unless it's in self-defense.
Okay, I won't worry about David. What am I going to do?
Stay here tonight. We'll figure something out tomorrow.
I nodded in agreement. Can I go to bed? I'm tired and every inch of me hurts.
Sure, let me show you to the bedroom.
As I trudged out of the room, I heard David say,
Make sure she has her own room.
Grayson led me up a wide, sweeping staircase. He stopped at the last door in the hallway and opened it.
You should be comfortable in here,
he said. I eyed him as I entered the room. It had to be the master bedroom. The room was spacious enough to fit 3 semi-trucks. At the end of the room, a king-size bed sat large and ominous with its high posts. A sitting area surrounded a marble fireplace. I could see a master bathroom off to the side with a sunken tub. I bet it had jets. Do you have something smaller? I asked. He smiled.
Yes, but I want you in here. The bathroom's right here if you need it. You can raid my drawers to see if there are any shirts you want to wear. I'll let you get settled while I finish up with David. He'll need to head out soon.
Thank you. He kissed me and closed the door, leaving me alone in the enormous room. The Miller brothers had way too much money, I thought, as I dug through Grayson's drawers. I spotted a jersey with Miller written on the back and number 33 below it. Grayson plays baseball? The shirt was ultra soft, so I took it into the bathroom with me. I gazed longingly at the tub but headed for the shower. My skin needed cool water, not a hot bath. Cool showers were no fun, so I hurried through my routine and jumped out. I pulled on the jersey and dove between the soft sheets. Seriously, too much freaking money. But I wasn't complaining. The sheets were gentle on my skin. As soon as my head touched the pillow, my body relaxed into a state of bliss-filled mush. I heard the door open. The thick carpeting muffled the sound of footsteps,